Wisconsin can be so cold. The scales of justice can erode. If we accept lies big and bold. We forget we live on Avery Road.
Hello everybody, this is Erekose on Making a Murderer on YouTube. I cover the Stephen Avery and Brendan Dassey cases, but also as time passes I've been covering other cases such as the Staircase or OJ and many wrongful convictions of youth. I go over the documents, the photos, the videos, anything case related. So stay tuned, because I have many more videos, just like the one you're about to see. Alright, hello there folks. We are back today uploading another memory from MaM-A-Thon. This is my second chat with Tock Manitowoc. I gotta say, TikTok's a lot of fun. He started out the first call kind of acting like King Kratz there, at the beginning of the press conference and everything. This one he starts out like Mark Williams, asking me to speak to Tom Fallon and all that sort of stuff, you know, because of the recent debacle. Where Mark Williams called KZ and thought he was leaving a message for Tom Fallon. Anyway, mind-boggling stuff, but yeah, great sense of humor with Tock Manitowoc. So we talk about a few things here, culminating and ending up where we talk a lot about the bones, what's going on currently with those bones, the state's excuses, and that sort of stuff. So it's a good time. Love talking to Tock Manitowoc. Looking to have TikTok on the channel here in the future as well. And you know, and have some more specific chats with him. But so here we go, Memories of MaM-A-Thon. This is my second chat with Tock Manitowoc. Up on Brandon's phone call, confession to his mom. What's up with that? Okay, so Paul Inocencio. So that is a result. That phone call is a result of his second interrogation with Mark Wiegert and Tom Fassbender, in which in that interview with him, they basically bullied him again and told him, you know, tell your mom what you told us today, because if you don't, we'll tell her. Okay, even though he was already recanting again, they said you better call and tell her, or else we're gonna go tell her. Basically, making him afraid, like if he did nothing, then his mom would be hearing these two guys tell her this news. They basically put him in a terrible spot. I mean, they're nothing more than child abusers, to be perfectly honest. I mean, that's my opinion of these two guys. Anyway, so that's where this call came from. It came because, once again, Tom Fassbender and Mark Wiegert were desperate for incriminating evidence, and so they browbeat intellectually, you know, or a developmentally challenged 16-year-old kid. Right? Right. So, TikTok, if you're out there, feel free to call at any time. Who's following me, by the way? I think it's Paul, isn't it? There we go. Schedule. Okay, so it's me. Oh no, Allie's following me. Okay, so Allie, if you want to come in about 15 minutes, that's good for me. You can join the hangout in about 15 minutes. TikTok, if you're out there, go ahead and give me a call. Oh, there he is. Hey there, buddy.
Hey, this is Mark Williams. I'm calling for Tom Fallon.
Hide everything. Hide everything. Don't talk to Zellner.
Shred the files.
I remember the first 6 months researching this case. I just when they were supposedly collecting the record for Zellner and all that stuff, I'm like, oh yeah, you just know there's like a big bonfire somewhere, and like no, but stuff's getting burned up. No, I'm just kidding. Anyways, how you doing, buddy? Good to have you on again.
I was really enjoying Ripper's interview, man. That was something. I had thought about like reaching out and contacting the victims, but I didn't know like whether or not like it would really be frowned upon or anything, and I didn't want like supporters like turning on me because you're invading their life.
Right.
But when he described it, I was like, you know what? I really should have done that. But kudos for him. I really hope he puts something together that that like kind of floors Kim, like shows everybody what he is, who he is, and I mean, I have to go with what over who because we know what he is. But him going
who implies humanity, actually. So
him going down, and the Me Too movement, then bringing that up. I mean, Kim is basically the poster child for Me Too. He is like a lightweight, well, not really lightweight, but he's like a lightweight Harvey Weinstein. His attitude towards women, and granted, some of us, we get a little flirty or aggressive, and maybe he overtook it, or took it too far. But man, I mean, just the denials he went through, and especially when he was exposed. Right. I mean, once you get exposed, that's when it's time to start owning it, and he just couldn't do it. I mean, right. I have no problem owning anything I've done, anything in the past, so it's one of those things where, if he made these women uncomfortable or, made them, I guess, go to the point where they went to the police, he needs to sit there and say,
complaints were made, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I overstepped my bounds.
Yeah.
But I was going to touch on a few things today.
Yeah.
One, I didn't know the chat was going last night, so I kind of missed out on a lot of, like, questions and stuff, so we'll probably go through some questions if you want.
Sure. If you want, what we can do. If you want.
I also noticed Ripper is a gamer. Awesome.
Yes.
I was like, some of the things that
all about Red Dead right now, but anyway.
Yeah, no,
I love Red Dead.
Red Dead.
Yeah, that's what he's been playing mostly lately.
Yeah, I pretty much avoided that game.
I love that game. It sucks my life away when I get into it, but it's like I freaking love it, man. Oh my god, the landscape and everything about that game, it's so immersive. It's
I think I could get into story mode, but I don't think I could get into the online play.
Right.
I'm huge. Like I said, growing up, I grew up on Half-Life. I was playing that for a while. It was based on a Quake engine.
Right.
It was a great first-person shooter that I used to play. I named myself after a certain porn star, a well-endowed porn star, and I would go in and just absolutely people hated me in that game.
Is that where Hoes Gotta Eat 2 came from? Huh, that's weird. That's an interesting.
No.
I said, is that where Hoes Gotta Eat 2 came from?
Anyway, no. Hoes Gotta Eat 2 came from the movie Hollywood Shuffle because my Reddit account that I was creating was it was to basically be a throwaway account. I just wanted to come to Reddit to ask a couple of questions, and I just got hooked into being on there, and I just stuck with the name. It's from a movie called Hollywood Shuffle. I put a clip up a couple of times. It's an actor named Robert Townsend that's he's struggling. He's playing an actor struggling to find a role, and he works at a hot dog stand. And his boss comes up with a new item he wants to sell called hoe cakes. And it goes, hoe cakes. He goes, hoe cakes. Hoes gotta eat too. It was actually the scene that was on whenever I was creating my Reddit account. I was literally looking for anything that I could just throw away. I wouldn't care if it was deleted or anything like that.
Funny.
So it stuck with me. I mean, I don't mind the name. I mean, it's actually kind of a popular scene in the movie.
Yeah.
But, as far as gaming, I went on to play another game for many, many years, EverQuest. It's an MMORPG. And lately, I have been on the Rockstar bandwagon, but not playing Red Dead. I've just been a GTA, addicted to it, playing for the last couple of years.
It does.
It's a time killer. I love killing time, man.
I love that game, but once I get sucked in.
Oh,
It's like, oh.
And,
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I think we got like a little, like maybe a half a second delay on our call, but yeah, no,
Uh-oh. You're breaking up.
Sorry. When you're sitting in your car in GTA, you can turn your radio stations, and there's a talk radio station that has a show called Chakra Attack with JB Smoove, the actor JB Smoove, and he has a co-host, and Allie completely sounds like that co-host. So I was like, whenever I'm driving around the game, I'll listen to Chakra Attack. But it's like whenever I was listening to Allie discussing the case with you last night, I was like, wow, that's an attractive voice. That really sounds like the Cheryl from Grand Theft Auto. So it's kind of funny. But yeah, that's just kind of like a little background to me. Just as much as I'm probably a gamer, I'm pretty astute to gaming, but I get addicted to a game and I don't leave.
Right.
So.
Yeah. We call that Allie's NPR, smooth NPR voice. So,
she really does. I mean, she has, late video talk, the smooth sounds. She's got one of those voices, that she can easily do radio.
Yeah, right. Yep, that's the same thing. Travis Williamson, the lawyer that hangs out on my channel and helps us break things down. Same thing he said about her right away. You have a great voice for it. Like, you could be on NPR, and it was funny, man. And we were all laughing about that.
Yeah, the inflection of her voice is kind of like, it doesn't go up, it doesn't go down. It's not monotone, but it's like a concerned, like a host, that has genuine sincerity behind the question. And it works out pretty well. She did really good with KG and Courtney last night. I was enjoying it. And hopefully everybody is subscribing to his channel. So I know you've been really pushing it. I'll be pushing it on Twitter, and hopefully we can get him to the 1,000 subscribers you want.
Yeah, well, I'm hoping. Well. Yeah, we want to get him up. That way he can do it from his mobile phone at Rally this year. That's going to be awesome. He did another one where he played live, and it was brilliant. I still have it all. Oh, there she is. Look.
On that note, here she is. Hi, guys.
There's that voice. I recognize that voice from anywhere.
Well, that's so nice. Thank you.
So, yeah, we are trying to get Stacy up. So, everybody remember that. Go over and show Stacy some love. And the other YouTubers involved with this event, Paul, Tracy, and obviously Allie. So, show everybody some love there, folks. Go hit that subscribe buttons. And
follow on Twitter.
And Twitter, yes. And don't forget about Tock Manitowoc on Twitter. Don't forget about 7 Pairs of Panties on Twitter. Don't forget about Mystic Jinx, or Jinx, as she's going by now. Don't forget to go over and check them out. Yeah. It's actually turning out to be a lot of fun, this whole thing.
Yeah, I'm really, I was really, wondering how this was going to be pulled off this weekend, and so far it's been flawless and smooth.
Yeah, I feel like I can trust my fellow hosts. It's gone very well. So, and I love the shirt, by the way, Allie. Love it. That shirt, shirt she's wearing there, that comes from Australia. I have one just like.
And I'm rocking it. I just got it yesterday, so I was like, yes. I'm excited about it.
Love it. That's the footy jersey, or is it cricket? I can't remember, one of the two. But. All right, so let's see how much time we have. 13 minutes left. Let's talk a little bit about those bones, TikTok. Tell me what you think about the state basically arguing that they haven't violated statute because they don't know what they gave the Hall box.
They know very well that they returned the bones. They shouldn't have. You can completely tell that. And one of the biggest glaring holes in their little charade is the fact that when she was with the Court of Appeals and they're telling her that, when they filed their report with the Court of Appeals, they're saying, well, if you drop your appeal, you can test the bones. They know they didn't have them.
Right.
That is the hugest red flag right there, and the Court of Appeals should absolutely take them to the woodshed over that and say, you can lie to the attorney, you can lie to her client. You're not lying to us.
Yeah.
So they should be held accountable for their lies. I mean, all the way back 3 years ago, Tom Fallon has been offering her $86.75, and he knew that was already in the Hallback's hand.
Oh yeah,
so,
but when they were before the motion got denied, when he was bargaining with Zellner, right? They were trying to get the skull fragment too.
When he was on vacation, I'll get back to you on Thursday. 4th of July, we're out of town. Have a good weekend.
Yeah,
Mark will be calling you soon. Stuff like that. And Mark Williams, I don't know if people know this. He has a history. If you Google him and Bones, you'll find he has a history of destroyed evidence. So it's one of those kind of it's one of those kind of things. There's other cases where he's involved. I think there's actually one that's pretty famous. There's somebody pointed it out to me, and it's like a really famous case he's involved in Wisconsin, where him and Fallon, I believe Fallon was involved in it as well, were basically accused of the same thing, of taking biological evidence and destroying it when it would have helped the client.
Right.
So, I mean, they know what they're doing. They're following their typical Wisconsin game plan, and it's embarrassing to them that Zellner is just calling them out on it to the Court of Appeals, to any court that'll listen. And eventually somebody is going to open their eyes and say, you guys are doing this completely just backwards. So we're going to call you. We're going to put you on the floor for it.
Yeah. And the more we continue to allow this to go on, the more our state gets a black eye and looks like a bunch of morons, right? Yeah. I gotta imagine.
And I feel bad for the actual, legitimate, real, quality attorneys that are there.
And people and citizens of Wisconsin.
Citizens too. But I mean, they're representatives that are elected into office, to protect them. The DAs, the Attorney General. I mean, obviously we wanted Josh Paul in there, and I think he signed that order, but I seriously doubt he read it. He seems much more astute and much more knowledgeable of how his state should be run, and I absolutely love the fact that just weeks or maybe a week after the state's reply about how rapid DNA testing should not be allowed, he turns around and offers more funding to the crime lab. Well, I hope you're not going to use rapid DNA. The money is not going to that, because you don't seem to think that that's a legitimate identification process.
Right.
So, right. And I think
only in the hand of layman police officers being able to do it themselves, but not if you have an actual expert who knows how to do it. No, definitely not then.
Yeah.
Only layman police officers. Oh my God. The argument is so ridiculous on its face that,
Well, with Dr. Selden being able to use rapid DNA technology, I mean, I've tracked it down and I traced it really, really well. Dr. Selden, he first gained notoriety with the campfire, the 31 bodies, I believe, that were identified using rapid DNA.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't know how well you know the California wildfires that were out here. They've ravaged and devastated California.
Yes.
So whenever the campfire hit, it caught everybody by surprise. There's people sleeping in their beds. I mean, there's a lot of bodies that were absolutely just devastated, probably to the point of Teresa's. And whenever the organization, I forgot off the top of my head, there's an organization that travels to disaster areas. And the organization has one key member that is vital to Avery's case, and that's Dr. Leslie Eisenberg. So her organization, it's a group of undertakers that go through, and they identify bodies in disasters. And, forensic pathologists, she is a member, an active member of that organization that came to the campfire and used Dr. Selden's technology in order to identify the 31 victims. And I think to turn around, the states turn around and say, well, the forensic anthropologist is telling us that, this is Teresa, but we're not going to use the technology she used 12 years later that her organization used to identify 31 bodies in a fast-moving fire.
Right.
I think that's completely just talking themselves in circles. And
disingenuosity, I call it.
What's that?
Disingenuosity, I call it.
Yeah, no, I mean, I actually saw that as a hashtag. I think that should be trending pretty soon.
Yeah, and disingenuous Wisconsin as well. I love that one too.
Yeah, that's
I go back and forth.
I like that. I love creating my own little hashtags, and the fact that other people come up with better ones than me makes me really jealous.
Hey, TikTok's jealous of me for something. All right.
Yeah, I'll hashtag anything. You know. I'll probably hashtag at least 4 different things just from this phone call today.
Awesome.
But,
yeah, I see you get busy after you get off of here, man. Woo! It's prolific over on Twitter.
What did you think of Casey's interview last night, Allie? I mean, were you? Is that what you were expecting? That you knew you were getting the brunt. You knew that you were getting Casey. I mean, live and unfiltered.
Yeah.
You got kind of a normal voice whenever you do your show, and when Casey comes in, I mean, live and direct. I put a thing with a meme up, a GIF image that Kevin Hart is about to go down because I knew the second that she was on there, it was just going to go live.
That's pretty normal for my channel. Most of the time, we are kind of like that regularly. But that was her first time being on with me, so it was interesting to see how well she would fit in on my channel, like to come on anytime. I didn't really want to get that wild and crazy for MaM-A-Thon, but well, too late for that. I mean, we might as well go for it now.
Strong-willed, that one. She is.
Yes, she is.
I think Kelly's interview was more of a shock and awe of MaM-A-Thon.
Yeah. It's time to wake up, you guys.
People tuning into Allie that are used to just, hey, we're just going to talk, all of a sudden they get Casey, just, hey, Wilbur.
Yeah, Wilbur, I love that.
Yeah, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. It's time to wake up, everybody.
Oh, it woke everybody up, I'm sure. I saw the Courtney actually woke up and joined you guys. That was really, really interesting. I made sure to send something really nice out to press regarding the Skinner case just a few minutes ago. So hopefully he sees that. I don't know. On Twitter, if you mute somebody, do you still see their tweets? Can you see their tweets, or do they know they're muted? Or because I don't know if he's actually muted me. Somebody asked me last night, and it's like he's never replied except for that one tweet that he sent regarding he would be welcome to take Zeller. What was it? Take Zellner in court or something over the bones, bullet, and blood. That one tweet that he sent. I sent it out a couple of times. So it's kind of interesting that as many tweets as I've sent to him, he's never replied. I feel so underappreciated by him, but it is what it is. I'll take it. His wife completely blocked me. Leah is
right.
I can't even. There's not even words to describe what's going on there.
Oh yeah, so much going on there. Where do you start?
Stockholm syndrome. That's the word. Something was wrong.
Blink twice if you need help, Lee.
Right.
Right.
Blink twice. Yeah.
So I better go get ready to get started. So I'm just gonna pop off. But Tock Manitowoc, I love you so much. I'm totally fangirling, like been the whole time, every time you've been on. You can totally come on my channel anytime you want as well, because I'd love to talk to you some more. I have no idea how to get you the link though, but we'll figure it out if you want to do it.
Well,
yeah,
you're gonna have to give him a phone number, unfortunately.
What's that? My phone number?
Phone number, and then you just,
okay.
But that's what it literally is. This is my phone, and I've just got him next to my microphone. That's how I'm doing it. So.
Oh, okay. I don't have any speakers, so I only have a headset. Nope.
You don't need it. Oh well, no, you still don't need it. As long as you don't have anybody else in the hangout.
Oh, so I'd have to like do this?
Yeah, as long as you don't have anybody else in the hangout, you don't need headphones, and then you're fine.
I would have to have headphones.
One-on-one, you'd be fine. That's all I'm saying. Anyways, just to clear it up.
I see what you're saying. I see.
Right.
So basically, I just sit here and talk to him on the phone.
Into your phone, so he's going to hear you.
Okay.
Everybody's going to hear you because you're talking into your microphone already. Everybody on YouTube's going to hear you, and then when he talks, everybody on YouTube's going to hear him. So it'll work. So.
Interesting. Okay, we'll sort it out.
Yeah, it's working right now. So
yeah. Okay. Well, thank you for everything.
I'll be over there.
See you guys.
We'll be watching you in a little bit.
Awesome. Bye.
Bye.
So there was actually, Erekose, there was a couple couple of topics that I wasn't really sure about.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple of questions that I think that still need to be answered, not only by, I mean, obviously supporters won't be able to, but there's my big one that I've been thinking about lately is Earl. The day that Pam Stern showed up, you know, Earl there's a lot of pretrial testimony that nobody really goes over very much. And I go back and I reread some of the stuff that's there, and like Earl's testimony was really key in me figuring out that Stephen actually worked on the yard. You know, his guilters will go crazy saying that Stephen never took a day off. You know, that was the first time he was ever off work. Is that just a coincidence? Well, the thing is, Earl says that he's not even an employee there. He just pitches in and helps out. So that kind of woke me up to that. But he puts a lot of stuff in there, and there was information that was derived from Earl's pretrial that there was another couple or somebody who had driven through. And one thing that stood out to me in his testimony is the fact that this other couple got stuck trying to drive through the yard. They had to be helped out.
Oh,
and it's never like really been mentioned by Earl or by anybody in the family as far as who that might have been. You know, does Earl recognize those people now? You know, their faces now that they're out on Making a Murder. The people that we see doing interviews. Does he? You know, were they just random people that were looking for Teresa, or were they part of like the group that on the 5th of November, just an hour later, we're back on the yard. There was 5 of Teresa's friends that were there, and whenever the property was locked off, they wouldn't have been able to get on the property. So were they on the other side of the berm? Were they already in the property and nobody knew? So I think that Earl probably has a lot of information that probably, you know, if he had been, you know, on the stand during the trial, some of that information could have been brought out. I don't know whether Kratz did a stipulation with Dean and Jerry. I haven't really like gone into that. Whether Earl was like scratched as a witness based on a stipulation or not, but Earl really should have been called as a witness, considering he could have built up the timeline from 9 a.m. or 8 in the morning whenever he got there until 10 a.m. Or 9:50 when Pam Stern got there. You know, who was there? What were they doing there? What all happened? Was there anything out of the ordinary? Because Earl basically has the information that could, you know, I've mentioned this many times, he has the information that could lead to a possibility of a Fourth Amendment violation, which is illegal search and seizure. And if that RAV4 was found illegally, that eliminates every single piece of evidence that's in the case. Because the RAV4 is what led to the search warrant. That's considered fruit of the poisonous tree. If it was found illegally, you know, if there was a police presence, you know, before. And it strikes me as very odd that Earl has that information and nobody's really ever asked. So I think Earl doing kind of an interview or, you know, being interviewed by, even by Zoner. I mean, if she got an affidavit from him, you know, just discussing what happened that morning, who got stuck, what faces he recognizes from today that were on that property before Pam Stern. I think there would be a lot of information that could come out about that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think Earl's kind of like a treasure trove of possible information. But that morning, I mean, it was just really eerie. It was really weird. If you've noticed, it almost seems like Teresa's house was a ghost town when Pam Stern showed up. It was only Pam, Scott, and Ryan. Nobody wandering around. Nobody lingering. The whole that we know is that Jerry Poggle and Dieterich were there doing a sometime that morning. And supposedly they're trying to separate Pam from Poggle and Dieterich by there's
Uh-oh. You dropped out. You there? You're breaking up, buddy.
Oh, sorry about that. Sorry.
There you go.
It makes me wonder why no other searchers ever mentioned Poggle and Dieterich being there. You know, it would seem like, you know, we've got Ryan in his preliminary testimony stating that Poggle and Uyghur are the ones that showed up the night of Teresa being reported missing. And it's actually Lemieux and Uyghur that show up, not Poggle. Poggle was sitting at home, and he gets a phone call from Uyghur to let him know about a missing girl, and he goes to the station house, and he faxes a picture of Teresa to the press. That's in his police report. But you have Ryan, months later saying that it was Poggle and Uyghur that were at Teresa's house that night. So it's who's lying? Is it Poggle with his report, or is it Ryan lying under oath on the stand? And we've already seen going forward, with the trial, Ryan has absolutely no problems masking
no credibility. Zero.
No credibility. I mean, I'll probably end it on this note. I've mentioned it many times before. Ryan, on his preliminary testimony, makes a crucial mistake. And that's when he's talking about Uyghur and Poggle being there at Teresa's house. He also mentions that the reason he gave Pam a cell phone with Poggle's number is so that she can call, because service is really spotty. It's really bad at the Avery salvage yard. How would he know that before the car is found? Right. So, that shone through to me on his testimony, that he's giving his cell phone to Pam because there's really bad cell reception at Avery salvage yard, and he should have absolutely no idea that there's bad cell reception at Avery's because the car hasn't been found yet. Right. So that to me was like a really big, just like a giant target on him, as he's holding more information than he's letting out.
And then his lies, the day planner page, I mean, on and on and on it goes with Ryan. So you got the day planner, you got the 22 calls, you got I think it was mentioned last night, the scratches on his hands. Yeah. He claims, I don't know if you remember this in case 02, he claims to Deanery that those marks on his hand were from a magic marker. And there's footage of him the next day after that footage was shot that shows that they're not there. No one's ever seen that footage. I would love to know what footage he's talking about. I'd love to see it. Yeah, let's see it there, guys. Anyway. All right. Well, it's been a pleasure, my friend. Thank you for coming back on.
So, we'll be watching you guys later tonight, tomorrow. Supporters are just absolutely going nuts over your MaM-A-Thon. Hopefully, like it was mentioned the other day, it's only the first and last. We hope to get the guys out so we don't have to do another MaM-A-Thon. But the support you guys are showing through with your time and your interviews is much appreciated by support, or by supporters. So it's a great event, and we're going to keep watching. So you keep doing what you do.
Right on, man. Thank you. Thank you for being here.
Take care, man.
Yep. See you, buddy.
Bye.
All right, folks. We're going to wrap it up here. One little song by Dassey real quick. So, and it's going to be something of a short one here so that we can get over there and watch and show good old Allie some love and all that sort of stuff. So here we go.
Don't get straight, no, I ain't getting straight. Don't get straight, I ain't getting straight. I'm sick of the suffering, it's and the pain. Don't get straight. Well, we know the story. Oh, ain't the way they said. We can see later day. They got you burning head, totally insane. Don't get strange. Everything they got, questionable evidence gathered by Matty Wall, but it makes such sense. Why they're in the game? Don't get strange. Don't get straight, no. Oh, now I ain't getting straight. Don't get straight. I ain't getting straight. And that lying,
that cheating, that predatory sweat, DA. Anything he says, you can throw away. He's a legal stain. Don't get strained.
find out who's to blame. Don't get straight.
All right, so that wraps up my chat with TikTok Manitowoc. I do love the fact that TikTok was pointing out about Allie's voice. Everybody always says that about Allie. She's just got that perfect, smooth voice. Travis always says she's perfect for like NPR, that sort of thing. Anyways, so TikTok was, obviously very, very pleased to see Allie show up there at the end and stuff like that. So that was a lot of fun getting to, to bring all these various supporters together and everything in this way is so awesome. So it was so awesome to have MaM-A-Thon. It went so well, and having these Redditors and these people that are really into the case show up to support and talk with us and that sort of stuff is, I can't express my thanks enough. They really were a big part of making this all a success. So thank you, TikTok Manitowoc. Thank you, 7 Pairs of Panties, J-Jax, Henbury, Razor, Jinxie, Andy Newton, all of those folks. I mean, and I'm sorry if I've forgotten somebody. Obviously we had Sandra Greenman at the end of the final one, which I will be uploading that segment here soon for the folks that are looking for that. But just had such a great time, such a great event, so much, positive that came out of it, and just left all of us with a really good feeling. And I gotta say, that's just huge. So hope you guys enjoyed my second chit chat with TikTok Manitowoc, and go ahead and look forward to more Memories of MaM-A-Thon to come. We'll see. If you haven't already, please hit subscribe.